They were summoned to another world to join a brutal tournament to decide the next god. Yuri is a pathetic loser who's scared for her life. Just some moments ago she was chilling at school when she saw a masked guy giving some acupuncture lessons. After seeing that, Yuri ran to the rooftop and tried calling her parents, but no one picked up. Finally her brother picks up her call. She explains that she was at school a moment ago, but now she's on a rooftop in a strange world. Her brother tells her they're in a different world and it's not a dream. They can't get downstairs because the stairs and elevators are blocked, so they must use rope bridges to get around. While they're talking, a girl in another building screams and Yuri sees her running from someone. The girl's hurt and begging for help, but then a man in a suit and mask with a bat shows up. Yuri's brother says the masked people want to make them despair until they decide to turn into a meat pancake. Feeling trapped and super scared, the girl in the other building jumps and hugs the ground. Yuri understands how things work and her brother tells her to stay safe and describe her location so he can visit her, but just as she's about to tell him where she is, the white masked man from the beginning tries to attack her. Yuri dodges, but her phone falls. Ra, who's still on the phone, asks what's happening and the man breaks the phone with his sword. Yuri gets up and starts running to a bridge, but it's shaky and she's scared. The masked man follows her, remembering her brother's words. Yuri bravely walks faster and makes it to the other building, but the masked man catches her and points his sword at her. Just as things look really bad, a police officer shoots the masked man and saves Yuri. Another officer named Mises appears and Yuri feels relieved, but then out of nowhere Mises pushes his boss off the building. He acts all creepy and tells Yuri to undress at sword point. She starts to, but suddenly a masked man in black aims a sniper rifle at them. The Zashida gets shot and Yuri takes cover. The Zashida is still alive but hurt, crawls and pleads for help. Yuri figures out that the masked people force others to take their own lives, and if they don't they get eliminated. The sniper takes one more shot and finishes mid off, but Yuri is determined to survive. She drags Mesa's body to the corner and raids it for stuff, burns it, and decides she has to do whatever it takes to escape. She runs to another building to get away from the sniper, who surprisingly has a picture of Yuri there. She sees a masked girl on the other side of the building. Yuri takes Mesa's gun to shoot her but hesitates. She convinces herself that these masked people aren't really people and she needs to defend herself. The masked girl jumps from the other building to Yuri's building and tries to attack Yuri, but Yuri dodges and starts shooting. She misses, so she pretends to surrender and take her own life, then rushes to the edge of the building and jumps, but when the masked girl gets close, Yuri actually jumps onto the pavement and shoots the masked girl, hitting her in the face. Yuri goes back up and sees the masked girl is still alive and part of her mask is broken, showing she's a human. Yuri points her gun at the girl, who explains that they're being controlled and warns Yuri never to wear the mask. Yuri doesn't get it and asks for more info, but then the mask girl gets a command to join the afterlife. Yuri tries to help her, but the girl jumps to a flat ending. Yuri is shocked because she realizes these masked people are humans, not monsters. She screams, feeling like she's losing her mind. Yuri starts hallucinating as she sees Mesa's ghost, who tells her that the world will drive her crazy, but the ghost vanishes and Yuri gets up feeling angry at the people controlling the masked one. She decides not to forgive them. She takes the masked girl's eye but suddenly feels super hungry. She spots a backpack with food and some supplies as well as another gun. After eating, she puts on the backpack and gets ready to cross the bridge to another building. While crossing the bridge, she sees a helicopter flying by. She's so distracted by it that one of the bridge ropes breaks, almost causing her to fall, but She uses the masked girl's side to save herself. On the other building she finds a dead woman by the entrance. Yuri realizes her suspicion about a masked person in the building is true. As she approaches the woman's body she finds a paper in her pocket. It says she can leave this world or go down by heading to the helicopter and entering it, but it can only carry one person. Yuri isn't sure if it's a trap but decides to go for it. Just then she hears gunshots and goes to see an injured man begging for his life. At first she thinks the shooter is one of the masked ones, but she soon realizes that a girl named Mayoko is the one aiming at the man. Yuri steps out from where she is hiding and shoots Mayo's pistol out of her hand, making it fall. She tells Mayoko she wants to talk, but Mayoko just smiles and pulls out a knife, stabbing the man in the neck and eliminating him. Yuri gets really scared. Mayoko challenges Yuri to take her best shot, warning her about how she will make sure no one will stop her from taking the helicopter since it can only carry one person, so they should engage in a death match to determine the survivor. Yuri starts crying and says she doesn't want to fight. Nico, seeing Yuri's change in emotion, decides not to start the fight, but then Yuri spots sniper aiming at them from behind Mayoko. Yuri pushes Mayoko out of the way, saving her from the sniper's shot, and she shoots back at the sniper. Mayoko is surprised that Yuri saved her, and Yuri has a fighter look on her face, so she decides to join Yuri in the fight. They introduce themselves to each other while they watch out for the sniper. The sniper shoots at a knife on the ground, nearly hitting them but hitting a wall instead. Yuri asks Mayoko if she has a plan, but Mayoko thinks about escaping and leaving Yuri behind. Yuko thinks of how she's been surrounded by enemies her whole life, and maybe that's why she's used to the life or death situation in this world, which made her eliminate lots of people and masked individuals. After thinking, Yuko comes up with a plan and tells Yuri to follow her climb the stairs. The masked sniper follows them, but when he reaches the bottom of the stairs a grenade drops, causing a big explosion. Yuri and Mayoko go to check and the masked individual is gone. Yuri thanks Mayoko for saving her and calls her a good person for using her last weapon to save them. Nico blushes and says she's only repaying Yuri for saving her life. Nico asks if she can ride the helicopter. Yuri agrees but gives her an ID to give to her parents in the real world. She also tells them that she will return with her brother when she finds him. Nico accepts and leaves, however she stops and covers Yuri's mouth when they hear a sound which turns out to be the helicopter. They both run to catch it. Meanwhile, Sniper survives the grenade but is badly hurt as Yuri and Mayoko climb the stairs. Yuri apologized for making her lose time, but Nico reassures her it's not her fault. They reach the rooftop but the helicopter takes off. Yuri shoots at it to stop it, but Mayoko says the helicopter is simply following the world's rules by leaving at a specific time. Yuri keeps shooting and the helicopter turns around to reveal another masked person inside who starts shooting at them. They're not hit as the helicopter finally leaves. Yuri says sorry for making Mayoko miss the helicopter, but Mayoko says she chose to stay willingly. Yuri believes that the helicopter is the world's weak point, which is why the masked person shoots at them so desperately. Yuri decides her new goal is to find allies and steal the helicopter to rule the sky. Mayoko is touched by Yuri's determination, but then Yuri faints in a different scene. Sniper regains some control over himself because of the cracked mask from the explosion. He can't fully defy commands, but remembers something he had to do. He encounters another masked person with an axe. They walk past each other but they don't talk. The axe person suddenly tries to attack him, but the sniper shoots and wins. He realizes he will now be targeted by masked individuals, but he likes the idea of having worthy opponents. Thanks for watching the video. See you on the next one.